Et salut tout le monde, on se retrouve sur Hellblade, Senua Sacrifice. On va se faire un petit playthrough de ce jeu qui est quand même assez ouf. Je sais pas si vous connaissez, on va voir, de toute façon vous allez le découvrir avec moi, même si je le connais déjà. Alors attendez, je mets tout en place parce qu'on connaît. Voilà. Hop. Ok, c'est bon. Et puis, on est parti, hein. On va se lancer là-dedans. Alors, j'ai eu un petit avertissement me disant que si je jouais à ce jeu sur PS5, et je pouvais avoir des soucis, donc on verra bien. Au pire, je rebrancherai la PS4 hein, s'il faut. C'est un peu chier, mais je le referai. Parce que je voulais avoir le 60 FPS et voilà. Enfin, bref, on est parti. L'ambiance du jeu est folle. Je vous préviens en direct.
Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. It's breathing. It's breathing. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? They're watching. Why doesn't she feel her coming? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already done. I can feel you coming. Quiet.
Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. That's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've changed. I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Je peux même pas en placer une en fait.
Why isn't she looking? Why aren't you looking? He's in hell high.
Look, up ahead.
Hell high.
You see it too?
You promised you gave.
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe.
It's there. They're here.
Ah, petite voix d'homme. Et du coup, je sais pas comment commenter ça en fait. Enfin, quoi dire. Je me fais couper la parole tout le temps. Il y a trop de voix dans ma tête.
Look around and you'll see them. The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here. This is not a place of rest.
You can't do this. Go back. Go back. They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you. They're watching. Stop. Can you feel them watching? They're watching her.
Non, ça rappelle le début du jeu, c'est déjà oppressant.
What is she thinking? I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it. Turn away. It's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
They can feel you.
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own, but it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper.
Il a quand même l'air plus clean que sur PS4, hein, déjà. Pas étonnant, mais bon. Alors, je vais faire quelques réglages. Je pense que les sous-titres sont peut-être un peu petits pour vous. On va voir si je peux pas mettre tous les sous-titres, parce qu'il y a des fois, il y a des sous-titres des fois qui apparaissent pas. Après, c'est parce que ça se répète, hein, mais...
What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us. There's no going back.
N'empêche, la mocap est folle.
Senua
Super bonne
was
actrice,
the
ça
very
va.
world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Et hop là, petit quatrième mur. Alors. Audio. Ah, ok, je peux juste faire... d'accord. Mode photo, 60 Hz, oui. Ouais, c'est plus fluide, ouais, déjà.
Focus. Look closer. Look. Use your eyes.
Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness
Donc je peux pas monter la
comes
taille
from hell,
des sous-titres.
and your fate lies
Malheureusement.
there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate, but gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to
Pas si je m'éloigne, ça me...
goes from there, across the river of knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
Non, ça reste. Ok, cool. Ok. Oh la vache. Ce jeu génial.
The darkness is coming. Yearns for life. Hungers for it. Like a pack of wolves on a hunt. But she's not stopping.
Alors ce jeu, il vaut mieux le faire avec un casque. Hein. Bon, j'en ai un, mais je vous le dis, en tout cas, pour vous. C'est un conseil des devs. Parce qu'ils ont fait... ils ont pris avec un micro... qui micro stéréo, du coup.
The land of mist and fog. The old fool was right. What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim.
He's lost.
Oui, il respire.
I hear you.
He's there, you know.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim. And the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this?
Après, c'est le décor quand même, parce que c'est
Doing this for him.
quand même bien beau.
He's already dead.
Oppressant, mais beau.
His soul is in Helheim. His soul still lives. She needs to save his soul. She wants his soul to be
The bridge to Helheim.
Et le petit 60 FPS fait du bien quand même.
His name. She forgets too. But she does remember that only the
Mais
dead
c'est le son,
may cross
c'est
it.
nickel immersion, un Discord.
That part wasn't so easy to forget. The old fool said there was a hidden path to it. Let's see, shall we?
Ah, je crois qu'il y avait du bruit. Ah, la stèle, elle est là.
The Northmen speak of 9
Oh,
worlds.
bien.
The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim.
Ah, cool qu'on entende encore pas rester à côté de la stèle. Moi, sur mon premier run, j'étais resté près à côté de la stèle tout le long, justement.
You're in danger. Get down. What's she waiting for? Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it. She can't go back now.
Mais elle peut pas repartir.
This is it. The hidden path.
Ah putain, bon allez.
He's going to hurt you. It's dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them. was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. Don't listen. Never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you? It's just a memory.
Ruth? Is that you?
J'adore parce que c'est du coup une prise de vue réelle qui a été rajoutée et c'est pas un truc modélisé.
Call me Ruth. A liar. An old fool. Truth is my truth.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
Look really clearly. Focus. I can see one.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
Hydros. J'adore ces petites énigmes qu'ils ont mises. Je trouve ça bien fait.
It's near. Focus. Look towards the gate. And the gate will open.
En fait, voilà, j'aime bien leurs petites énigmes. Il n'y a rien de vraiment compliqué, mais
Follow it. What's behind the gate? It worked.
je les trouve cool.
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell. But I watched the Northmen. Learned their ways.
I know you did.
You listened when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Alors je sais pas du coup si le son est bien réglé. Hein.
Another voice joins us. She once tried to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. But what good is that?
On va me dire.
We are always here.
Moi j'ai boosté un petit peu le son de mon casque du coup.
I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
Tranquille. Voilà, faut juste prendre un peu le temps. Ça va pas lancer?
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and
Ouais,
gave
ça
her
m'a l'air un
power over
peu
those who die of sickness, age, hardship.
sombre sur le stream, j'ai monté la luminosité.
In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed, and with her you must bargain.
Ok, gamma. Ouais, je vais monter un peu, je pense que ça ira pas mal. Je regarde sur le stream du coup. Alors pour moi c'est méga sombre aussi, hein, je vous rassure, mais... Non, voilà, si je le mets, non, voilà, faut que je le mette à balle. Pas où je dois aller. Ah bah là, je suis con. Ah, on y est.
Stay back. Look at it. You have to open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him. Shh. Someone's here.
Allez, chose sérieuse commence.
You took him from me. I beg you, let him go. I'll give you what you want. I won't resist anymore. Just give him back.
La corruption. Hein, comment je... Oh, ça a marché. Eh, elle est balèze, hein. Ouh, c'était pas beau ça. Ah, ouais, faut que je me passe au gameplay. Oh! Comment je fais? Bon, bah c'est la fin. Merci d'avoir regardé.
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
la pourriture noire s'étendra à chacun de tes échecs. Trop bien. Si la pourriture atteint la tête de Senua, la quête est terminée. Et tout progrès est perdu. Donc il va falloir recommencer la permanence. Voilà, il y en a une. Mort permanente.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillian told her.
Bon, après, il faut la chercher quand même hein, pour l'avoir.
With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind.
Mais oui, ça va le faire.
And she will fulfill
On l'a
her
avec toi, Senua.
whatever the cost.
He's not right.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Zurt, and the god of illusion, Valravan. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
Alors on va se faire sûr d'abord.
To Dillian, to his soul.
The Northmen say that in the beginning there was nothing but darkness. Bitter cold to the north, fiery hot to the south. They say the cold formed ice, which melted from the sparks from the south. The power of the darkness gave life to the dripping ice, and the
En espérant que je prenne la bonne
giant
porte, du
was
coup.
born, and was named Ymir. The
Semble que
ice
c'est
continued to drip, and the power of the void gave life to it, and it became a cow whose milk fed the giant. That's right, a cow.
J'espère que ça m'a compté la stèle.
Surt, the fire giant, has answered. He comes from a land older than mankind, and the Northmen call upon his flaming sword to raise their enemies to the ground. Find him, Senua, and spill his blood. The
Quoi, elle est
Northmen say that in the beginning
Ouais, elle était comptée. Ok, très bien.
darkness.
She found the wretched old fool on her way back from the wilds. An outcast. He was badly burnt all over. She took pity on him, for he was not long for this world. Like her, who spoke of his own darkness. The Northmen.
Continued to drip, and the power of the void gave life to it, and it became a cow whose milk fed the giant. That's right, a cow. Bet you weren't expecting that. The Northmen tell this story. Before the earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was
On parlera
the
pas dans le
Northmen
premier.
tell this story. Before the earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew out from Muspel became the stars. Other sparks melted ice in the frozen world of
Ça marche, Nostine.
creating the body of the first giant, Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds, and is now the land of fire giants. People from elsewhere cannot endure a journey there.
Ouais, donc si je m'éloigne trop loin, quand même, la voix baisse. Coucou toi.
Senua, we each walk these lands, gazing towards different horizons, some of us further than others. Your father cannot see what you see, but there is nothing wrong with seeing the world the way you do.
Un full burst, on va les couilles. Pas le temps. Oula, mais il est résistant lui. Ouf. Ouh. Aïe, foiré. C'est bon?
I can still smell it. The sweet, sickly stench of burning human flesh.
Ah, le N il est là. Il y a les deux apparemment par ici.
Do you hear them too, Senua?
Yes, I heard their screams, and I still hear them now.
Pas un truc là, non. Ouais, celui-là j'ai trouvé. Et l'autre du coup il était plus par là. Ça? Ouais non c'est... Ah je peux monter là. Voilà.
The path to Hellhand is sealed to the living.
Eh bah les bots ils reviennent là en ce moment. Enfin en haut j'en avais pas vu.
Towards the gate, and you will see that it has opened. When they first came to my lands, I knew enough of their tongue to beg for mercy, and they took me as a slave. I wish now that they had slaughtered me like the others. I rode their storm of fire, death, slavery to many lands. This darkness you speak of, I know it well.
And I'm still here to fight it.
Ouais, ouais. Je sais pas quand en parler, quand je peux en placer une avec toutes les voix tout le temps. Aïe, mais je me go... C'est R1 la garde, c'est R1, pas L1. Aïe. Trop con.
Take him down! Take him down! Get him now!
Ouh, l'enfoiré. Je vais avoir mes ennemis en visuel.
Too many of them in position.
Wouhou. Ça pouvait être un peu tendu. On va aller explorer par là d'abord. Peut-être un truc. Ouais, attends. Bon, parce que je suis descendu de là. Ouais, c'est juste ça en fait. Tranquille. Rien de spécial en fait. Allez, c'est le moment de se barrer.
Hell will not give you the answers you want. But you mustn't look away from the horrors it does offer. Because you cannot overcome suffering if you refuse to look at it.
Ça va le faire, ça va le faire. Ça c'est que le début hein.
What's happening? Is the fire gone? Where's it gone? The fire's disappeared. The fire. Cert is through there. He's waiting for her. We can't get through.
Ouais,
How will
c'est
she
bloqué
get
là-bas.
through?
She'll need to find another way.
Truth and sound. Find your own path.
There's always another way.
There's always a way.
Find your own
The
way.
Northmen say that the defender of Muspel is called Surt, the foremost of the fire giants. His name means the Black One, because he is like something burnt. The Northmen believe that he sits at the border of Muspel with his flaming sword, and at the end of the world he will leave his post. He will travel to Asgard and Midgard, waging war against all the gods. He will be victorious, and then burn the whole world with fire.
J'ose pas trop avancer du coup pour éviter de couper le truc.
Another gate.
She needs to find it.
Another
Another fire
fire sacrifice.
sacrifice.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
It's too far.
She'll never find it. She'll never make her way back.
She needs to remember the way back.
What happens when she finds it?
Everything will burn.
Concentrate on where you're going. She needs to remember the path.
Everything will burn, then how will she find the way back?
She won't. She won't be able to tell.
The Northmen believe that the world will be destroyed someday. They
Mince,
call
combien
it
de
Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it, but Odin ever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way to postpone that dark day.
Ah, attends, parce que j'ai trouvé une stèle du coup, mais ah, ça doit être par là.
The Northmen made fire sacrifices, burning slaves like me to reveal the path to Surt.
I searched for meaning in their suffering, in their eyes.
But they just scream like helpless pigs.
Allez, c'est parti. Allez, il faut cavaler. Non, faut pas cavaler par là. C'est bon, ça le fait, j'y arrive, j'y arrive. Voilà, c'est passé.
Do your gods answer your prayers, Senua? I asked the gods for mercy, all of them, even theirs. None answered. In the end, I set myself free. Defy the gods, Senua! Find your own path, like I find mine!
My gods abandoned me. I am alone.
Alors, continuons. Ok, la porte est là, ça va encore être un sacrifice. Ah bah,
The
je te
Northmen
cherchais.
say that at Ragnarok, the sons of Muspel will travel to battle in the ship called Naglfar, the corpse ship. And when the sons of Muspel leave the ship and ride to battle, it will be as though the sky had split open, and Surt will lead them. Wherever he goes, flame will erupt before him, and fires will burn behind him.
Ok. Qu'est-ce qu'on a là? Ça mêle à rien ça. Ça mêle à rien, très bien. Ça doit être la troisième fois que je fais le jeu, je me paume toujours. Là y'a rien. Oh putain je suis con.
The Northmen of Hell worship the Devourers, insatiable gods of darkness. I come from Erin, Senua, where I once followed my own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon your gods?
Senua, I was a man of knowledge.
Voilà.
A warrior. To survive, I did things. Bad things.
Like you, Senua. The man I once was has died. And when that happens, even gods you worship can die with you.
Du coup s'il y a un chemin, voilà, c'est forcément qu'il y avait un truc par là. Par contre... Ah non, c'était en haut. Ouais, ça c'était en haut. Je remonte. Ou alors il n'y avait rien du tout. Et du coup vous me menez en bateau. Vous m'emmenez où les runes? Là il y en a plein. Et re. Ah là il se met au milieu donc ça doit être par là. Je sais que ça doit être par là, mais là? Ah putain, là par terre, je suis con. Ah, il est bien caché. Moi je m'attendais à un truc là, dans le bois et machin, que dalle en fait. C'était par terre. Ouais, mais s'il y a bien quelqu'un qui peut dire que je suis con, c'est moi. Allez, cours. Voilà, moment de courir. Ça va le faire, Senua, ça va le faire. Ça vient de me vriller un tympan. Oula, oula, merde. My bad, je regardais pas. J'étais en train de me déboucher mon oreille. Mon dieu. Bon, bah première mort. Bah ouais. La marque qui grandit, chier. Je voulais éviter ça. Mort con dès le début.
She's going to die. She's... Run now. You have to run now. Please run now. Run now. Run now.
Ça va le faire. Arrêtez de gueuler. Calmez-vous. Ouais, si je regarde où je vais, c'est mieux. Ah oui, c'est bien le moment, tiens. J'aime pas du tout quand il y a... Voilà. La Salmanie m'attaquait dans le dos et j'aime pas du tout. Oh mais c'est bien brûlé, ouais. Ça m'arrange.
You say your world has collapsed. Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears. Raise your world to the prime!
My world is dead.
Only then, as with a newborn, will you see the world anew.
No. I see nothing now.
Quoi par là? Tu peux pas me filer la rune là, non? Faut que je descende.
The Northmen say
Ah,
the
ça c'est
sea
fait.
as a rainbow is the bridge that goes from the world of men to the world of the gods. For now, they say the frost giants and the mountain giants cannot cross it. But they say that when Ragnarok comes, not a thing in this world will be safe. The Rainbow Bridge will break under the onslaught of the fire giants riding on flaming steeds. Senua, I have seen the fire of Surt spread far and wide, and to our lands. Ragnarok is coming.
Ok.
Tell me truth. How did you escape your darkness?
Senua, once I found my purpose,
Ah
I was no
non.
longer enslaved to the suffering I
Ouais,
had
faut que je
to
joue de l'autre
endure
côté.
to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others.
Donc voilà.
Even my captors feared the fire of Cert. And so, during one raid, I took my chance and ran, knowing that they would not follow. The fool ran into the fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right to. But here I am. Free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
Ah, là, ils me le mettent, donc il doit être... Ah bah putain, il est là. Ok, alors. Pas presse pour ton rendez-vous là? Non, c'était aujourd'hui ton rendez-vous. Ouais, voilà, c'était ce matin. C'est pourquoi la paperasse du coup? Pour demain en plus. Ah, attendez, je vais ouvrir la porte déjà. Voilà. Ça c'est fait. Je l'avais même pas vu dans la baraque au départ, je trouve. Ah, ok. Pourquoi pas.
Senua, if I can survive the fire of Cert and escape my darkness, then so can you. Run, Senua! Run! Run! Through the fire! Keep running! Go on! Nothing will stop me! Run, Senua! Run! Run! Run!
She's dying. It's him. It's him.
Mais non, ça va le faire, ça va le faire. J'ai confiance. Voilà.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This darkness takes everything. Everyone.
Senua, are you sure you want to do this? We can fight this together, side by side. We always do.
This is my battle. I have to face it alone, away from you.
Where will you go?
I don't know.
For how long?
I don't know.
I believe in you. You know that. Just promise me that you will come back to me. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
I will come back to you.
Les gars dans les poils blanches, test de maths et d'écriture. D'accord. C'est spécial comme délire. Pourquoi pas. Salut copain.
You destroyed everything, everyone, but not me. Fight me now.
Aïe. 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 Allez, lève-toi, lève-toi, lève-toi. Ah oui, non. Je peux rien bloquer. D'accord, sympa. Ça donne envie de se donner à fond pour les tests, tiens. Aïe! Me concentrer. D'accord. Oui, oui, mais ça va. Aïe! Je suis trop con, moi. Aïe! Aïe, relève-toi, sinon. Oui, après dans tous les cas t'as rien à perdre aussi. Donc autant y aller. Hein.
For every battle won, a greater battle takes its place. And so it goes. Until we fall. And in the end, we all fall. Even the gods have their time. Yet we still go on. Why?
I made a promise, and I will go to hell to keep
I
it.
die free, knowing you will carry my stories with you. I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
When the darkness comes, I vow to guide you in this life and the next to fulfill yours.
Then I will see you in hell.
Be ready to face horror in the eye, as I have. find your answers. Your quest. The truth.
Allez, sûr, c'est fait. Ah, parti.
Truth was a troubled man. Scholar turned slave. They tortured him. Took him with them on their raids. Drove him to madness. Spreading this new form of darkness to new worlds. To my world.
Est-ce que je vais avoir le temps de faire Valravan, je pense. Par là, hein, ouais. Allez. Hein? Ah, merde! Par là. Ok, voilà. Je suis en train de me faire attaquer, j'imagine.
Have you ever died before? It's a serious question.
Mhm.
When the illusion of self is shattered, you simply cease to be. Though it may not seem that way to others, you know when it is true. You can feel it. A stranger in your own body. An imposter.
C'est stressant, n'empêche, ces tâches là comme ça.
Same ever again. Senua has died before, and she will do so again. You can be sure of that.
Ouf! Ah, faut du réflexe, hein.
It's nearly over. Finish it. Behind you.
Non mais. Merci les voix. Putain, j'oubliais que les voix. J'oubliais que les voix prévenaient. Ouais, tu la gardes avec le timing au poil de cul. Non! Non! Relève-toi, 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 relève-toi!
She's hurt. She won't make it.
Évidemment, vous dire là. Non, 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 non. Et merde. Allez. Ah, merde. Pas briser le bouclier, faire quelque chose, non? À chaque fois, je me gorde au bouton. Tiens! Là, obligé d'y aller comme ça en fait.
The gate won't open. She can't get through. Why not? She can't. She's only done one test. Just
Valravan, ancestor of the seers and master of ravens. He hunts his prey with his powers of illusion and feasts on their remains. Follow the path to Valravan and defeat him in battle to earn his mark. The gate to Helheim cannot be opened without it.
Allez, c'est parti. Ah, je t'ai vu.
Ymir was a frost giant, a being of darkness, and all his sons and grandsons were dark after him. Of his daughters and granddaughters, some were monstrous, but others fair. But there was another who came from the ice. Buri. In shape, he was like a man, big and powerful. His son, Bor, took a fair giant to be his wife, and they had 3 sons. Odin was the eldest, and the Northmen hold him to be the foremost of the gods, the All-Father.
Eh oui. Alors là, ça va être la partie casse-tête. Toutes les illusions et machin là.
Illusion hides the path to Valravn. Don't trust your eyes. Find another way to see the truth.
it's a door. No, it's not. Push it.
Et du coup, contrairement au premier run que j'ai fait, maintenant dans Steam, tu peux voir vraiment les les sous-titres. Si je me rappelle bien, je l'avais fait en 540p, du coup c'était pas... Non seulement ma qualité basique, mais en plus avec les pixels et machin.
Once we do, we mostly just close our eyes again and pretend what we saw was never really there.
J'ai tellement la dalle.
Senua never could close her eyes, however hard she tried. Begged.
Tu m'étonnes que c'était sympa. Allez, la force dans tes petits bras. Ah,
This is the price she pays for seeing
Again.
things differently.
again.
Because once you gaze into the relentless darkness, all that lurks within it can see you too.
Ah, c'était obligé. Vas-y, attaque. Oh, c'était rapide. Putain, lui, il était costaud, hein. Raté. Ah. Ouh, merde. Je pensais pouvoir le... Je pensais pouvoir le... Comment dire, le cancel en le frappant, mais pas du tout. Allez, vas-y, viens. Ouf. Voilà. Si au moins je peux m'en débarrasser d'un. Que normalement je devrais pas trop, voilà.
The Northmen will not stop her. She will find what she's
Alors attendez. Hop là, voilà. Il y a Dark Alliance qui vient de sortir, du coup je suis en train de m'organiser un petit peu avec les copains.
Valravan's power of illusion comes from ravens. Align the ravens to break his magic seal.
Show me what you have seen, Truth. Look how much it's changed.
Voilà, tranquille. Easy peasy.
Something's happened. Something's shifting. Can you feel it?
Do you feel it too? It's like crossing into another world that looks the same but feels different.
Ah, ce moment.
Lost a world where the forest itself is watching.
Je peux ouvrir ça? Non, ça va être bloqué derrière. Ouais, c'est ça. Ouais, elles ont pas l'air activées les portes.
Another gate. Another gate. You know what to do. Stay back. Don't open it. It's not safe. Don't listen to them. Listen. Don't.
To break the seal, align the ravens with the mark of Valravan.
What does it mean? Which ravens? Can't you see them?
Mais si, je les ai vus. Oh, mais calmez-vous.
Line up the ravens.
Je vois pas ce que ça fait disparaître, ce que ça met. Ah bah voilà. Attends. Oui, et encore toi tu t'as pas le casque, Austin, il me semble. Ou alors tu l'as, et du coup je dis de la merde, mais... Ah oui, t'as le casque, ok. Et- Oui, c'est perturbant. On va dire ça comme ça.
I hear something.
If you hear the song,
C'est oppressant. Et là encore, elles sont calmes, les voix.
Phaedra. Challenge me.
trust your eyes.
Mais... C'est compréhensible, du coup, son. J'ai cru que c'était un bug. Et là, avec Valravan en plus derrière qui fait ses incantations, c'est...
Is she lost? Wouldn't be the first time. Last winter, before the
Je sais pas si t'avais vu du coup le petit documentaire du jeu en plus.
living off of berries, roots, and rabbits. It's not uncommon, you see. We call such a person a Gelt. Some, like trucs, become Gelt in search of penance. Others, like Senua,
Ils te montrent comment ils ont record leur voix et machin.
those who make it back are forever changed.
Bah au pire je le repasserai. Attends. Ah putain, elle est là. Je l'avais pas vue. Est-ce que tu peux la fermer 2 secondes, le corbeau?
Killed Ymir, and that the world of men was formed from his corpse. They made his bones into stone, and his flesh into earth, and his blood into the salt sea. They set his skull to be the bowl of the sky, with his brains for clouds. Odin and his brothers caught the sparks flying from Muspel and made them into stars. And to protect the new world from the giants, they used Ymir's great curving eyebrows as walls.
Ouais, sale con. Mais c'est pas de ma faute. Attends. Elle est où là? Je vois pas de différence. Ah putain, si, c'est les escaliers, je suis con. C'est ça? Ah, c'est ça.
It's not. He's helping her. It's not him. It's a trick. She's doing it on her own. He's not tricking her. It's magic. It's an illusion.
Allez. Mais j'aime bien ce jeu après parce que bon bah voilà les énigmes après moi ça me fait marrer sur certains trucs mais je trouve qu'elles sont inventives en fait justement elles sont originales comme énigmes. Voilà après dans le jeu ça se répète beaucoup hein, mais je les trouve originales. C'est sympa. Pas très compliqué mais il faut quand même comprendre le truc en fait le plupart du temps. Let's go.
We picture fear,
Oui parce que la plupart des énigmes la plupart du temps c'est voilà les gens ils réinventent pas le choc quoi
creature in the night.
dans leurs jeux. Donc
If only it were that simple.
ils se servent des éléments de gameplay mais en général il y a rien de
The worst kind comes
bien changeant.
a deep and primal signal from within. A reminder that just because you cannot see the threat, it doesn't mean that it's not already here.
Another route. Find a way, Senua. Go round. Find your own path. There's a different.
Hi ouais, je vais m'occuper des petites merdes d'abord et après je fais le bouclier. J'aime pas du tout être dans un petit coin comme ça. Niggy. Ah, son bouclier il était bugué. Aïe. Aïe. Le problème, c'est qu'ils font des attaques lourdes assez souvent. You.
End it now. This is nearly the end.
Oh oui. Parce que si le truc s'arrêtait là avant la fin du combat, j'étais un petit peu dans la merde pour le finir, ça allait prendre 4 ans.
The Northmen say you must
Oui,
sacrifice
plus
in
que
order to receive. They tell how the runes were revealed to Odin only in sacrifice. He hung himself from the world tree, and he stabbed himself with a spear, and he dedicated the sacrifice to himself. For 9 nights he hung on the tree without food or drink, and at last he saw the runes below him. He gave a cry, and gathered them in his mind and learnt them. Then he fell from the tree.
Comment Evie ouais. Elles ont quand même calculé que le truc soit pas trop long et que t'es pas. Que genre si tu t'éloignes en marchant ça va. En fait. C'est pas mal.
Do you know what it's like to leave everything behind? Your home, loved ones, to head deep into the wilds, perhaps never to return.
Y'a pas un truc là.
Senua does.
Ah si voilà, je l'ai vu.
Because when darkness speaks, it changes everything. Turning home into a foreign land and loved ones into strangers. Exile makes sense when you realize that you were never really home in the first place.
Je me rappelle même pas ce que j'ai mis. Ah putain oui.
The Northmen say that Odin is always in search of knowledge and wisdom and magic. There was a very wise being named Mimir, who guarded the waters of wisdom which flow from the roots of the world tree. Odin wished to drink from this spring, but he had to pay.
C'est le cri qui est magique en fait.
So he gouged out his own eye as offering to Mimir. He drank from the well and traded one way of seeing for another.
Allez. Il faut que j'active la porte là-bas. Petite porte, où tu es? Tu es là.
The song. Valravan's song. It's over here.
J'adore ces effets là qu'ils ont mis justement avec.
It's over there. No, it's here. There's two.
Voilà, on dirait un lens flare en fait avec certains objets.
It's an ocular.
Sympa. Je filme bien.
This reminds her of somewhere. The forest. Where? Which forest? Forest in the wild. The wilds.
D'accord, ça s'est ouvert, mais comment je.
The wilds a long time ago. Why did she go to the wilds? She wanted to fight her own darkness. She thought she could beat her own darkness. Did she beat her darkness? No. It nearly killed her, but she tried. Druth helped her. If it wasn't for Druth, she'd be dead. She can't beat her own darkness. She wanted to marry Dillian. She came to beat her own darkness and marry Dillian.
Il va y avoir un.
She thought
Ah.
her curse would affect him. She thought her curse would spread to him.
Il y a le pont.
She thought she'd bring the darkness to him too. She nearly died.
She thought the curse made her tainted.
Druth helped her.
Voilà, parfait. Et du coup, le trou dans la muraille, il est toujours là. Très bien. On va ouvrir cette porte. Ah oui, non, ça après, le jeu est parfaitement magnifique. Et mais en fait, ça va crescendo après le côté malaisant des voix en fait. Et ça dépend des moments, parce qu'il y a des fois, je sais pas si tu te rappelles, mais il y a des fois où vraiment elles vont s'exciter. Et
The Northmen say that
en fait, c'est fascinant, mais en même temps, ça fait bader. Parce que le jeu est grave cool en fait, en soi, tu te prends vraiment au truc, mais avec les voix en fait, ça devient stressant des fois pour pas grand chose et les moments où si t'étais tout seul dans ta tête en fait tu pourrais garder ton calme, là, tu commences à stresser juste parce que t'as les voix qui essaient de te donner des conseils, de te dire de fuir, de machin. C'est horrible. Du coup je les ai tout tués, j'ai pas fait gaffe. Oui, Valravan, je les ai tout tués. Ok, parfait. Ah non, il faut que je remette la muraille, ça. Ouais, pour aller voir... Oui, je suis au courant. Je suis au courant. Apparemment, ça va être une exclue Xbox, donc je jouerai sur PC. C'est pas grave. Enfin, je crois que c'est ça. Hein. Mais celui-là déjà, ils avaient un partenariat avec Microsoft. Et je crois que le 2, ouais, il y a un peu le même délire. Je sais pas si c'est vraiment exclu ou si c'est juste un partenariat pour l'aide au développement. Ah, du coup, ça enlève des...
They're gone.
Parfait.
No, half of them have gone. They've gone. Sarah's still there. But where? Oh, Ravens.
Oui, non, mais c'est pour ça, parce que Microsoft, à mon avis, ils vont pas faire... Ils essaient de promouvoir surtout leur jeu et le Game Pass. Donc, même s'ils le gèrent pas très bien encore, je pense, c'est mon humble avis, ils se rendent compte qu'ils ont un parc gaming qui est en fait beaucoup plus imposant que le parc PlayStation, juste parce qu'ils ont justement les PC. Donc, voilà. Donc en fait quand ils vont dire exclu, ça va être en gros exclu PC et Xbox. Il faudrait que ce soit géré comme ça en fait. Même si bon, les exclus maintenant, on sait ce que ça veut dire, mais bon. Il n'y a pas de pont. Et du coup ça change quoi? J'arrive pas à voir la différence, les gars. Faut que j'aille là. Genre... Enfin, il y en a, mais genre c'est juste un délai de sortie avant d'être porté sur d'autres plateformes et machin, donc c'est un peu... Il y a que Bigen en fait qui reste vraiment dans son délire, mais parce qu'ils savent que en fait, peu importe ce qu'ils font, ils auront des ventes. Et Sony est était un petit peu dans le même délire, mais en fait ils se rendent. Ah, attends, il y avait un truc là. Ils se rendent compte qu'il y a. Ah, il y a une poutre, voilà. Qu'ils peuvent se faire encore plus de thunes parce que techniquement les consoles ils les vendent à perte, donc c'est pas sur les consoles qu'ils se font de la thune, c'est sur les jeux. C'est pour ça qu'ils ont augmenté les prix d'ailleurs. Donc ils auraient tout à gagner à faire des portages PC. Surtout pour des grosses exclus. Bon, garder justement un principe d'exclus sur la console avant. À mon avis ça ils vont le garder. Et après faire un portage sur PC parce que justement ils vont se faire des couilles. Tout simplement. Ils vont ramasser la masse de moula et voilà, tout le monde est content. Les joueurs PC qui veulent jouer aux exclus, bah, ils les auront, bah, avec un retard certes, mais ils les auront. Mais c'est ça. Évidemment qu'il en reste 3.
Looking back, I was so naive to think she could banish it on her own. The further she saw into the darkness, the more she struggled to see anything at all. And the glow, the smallest hints of shape, sound, formed, grow in strength until they consumed her whole.
Ça marche. De toute façon, à mon avis, je vais finir la phase Valravan et puis je vais arrêter là. On reprendra tout à l'heure.
Only when she is at her weakest will it strike to kill. Will she find Dillian before her time comes?
Alors.
Overcome Valravan's final illusion to face him in his keep. I know you can do it, Senua. You have the sight.
We both see the darkness. We can fight it together.
Non, il manque un truc. Ouais, c'est ça. Hop là.
Speak to me, Druth. Tell me a story.
Senua, listen. I will tell you the tale of a man called Findan. The Northmen captured Findan's sister, and his father sent him to pay for her release. But they took his gold, put him in chains, and held him for a day and a night without food or water. Then they released him. I don't know why. Upon his return, his father's enemies in Erin set fire to his home. His father burnt to death, and his brother was killed. But he escaped with sorrow in his heart.
Ouais, tu m'étonnes.
His father's enemies offered redress for his loss and invited him to a feast. It was at a hall near the sea.
Je suis obligé de passer par la porte.
They betrayed him to the Northmen, who enslaved him and took him to hell. 6 years later, his slave masters landed on the shores of Orkney, burning all before them. And into that fire, Findan made his escape. What was Findan burnt away that day. But from the flames, a new man stepped forward, and Druth was born.
Du coup, ça me remet la branche.
Truth.
Ouais.
The man that I am now. And though Findan never set eyes on his dear sister again, I, Druth, have found you, Senua.
I wish he could have seen my home before these dark times.
Tout va bien, c'est loin, tout va bien. C'est dans ta tête le vertige, t'inquiète pas. Voilà.
Rook, the gate is open. This darkness. I know it from the wilds. It's coming back for me.
I'm still here. Are you too? Where are we? I remember. It didn't end well in the wilds. It never does. You think you can overcome the darkness, make sense of it, and once relief settles in, strike solid now, throwing you helplessly back into the maelstrom, drowning the mind in fear, deeper, deeper, dragging you down so far into the void that maybe this time there is no coming back. But there, in the darkness,
Senua,
she remembered what he told her.
hear me. Reach out to me. Senua, take my iron mirror. Look into it, for it is a window into the underworld. Within, you will see the face of the darkness that you fear. And if you focus, like I have taught you to, you will also see that as much as the darkness has you trapped within its veil, it too is trapped within yours. Focus. Focus! Focus!
I see you. I see you now. You led me to the wilds. You trapped me there. Go.
Finish this.
ain't a good position. Defend yourself. It's a better fight.
Oui, en effet, j'étais mute. Une de mes sœurs qui m'a appelé, du coup. Pour le taf. Ah, tu m'emmerdes un peu là. Tiens, mange ton truc. Tu m'envoies des copains, c'est ça? Voilà. Ah, j'ai été bloqué pendant mon esquive. Ça se fait pas ça. Merci les voix. Oh, c'était joli ça. Aïe, putain, je trompe. C'est nice ce move. Ouh. Merci les voix. Ah non, je l'ai évité. Je l'ai évité. Je te le rends, j'en veux pas de ton couteau là. Putain, il fait chier. Je peux pas le parer. Allez!
I never beat you in the wilds, did I? It was an illusion. But not this time!
Merci, Nostine.
The mark of Valravan. One of the keys to the gate to Helheim. Hold it in your mind's eye.
With every battle, the darkness grows stronger. Every victory bringing her closer to defeat. Unfair, isn't it? In those dark winter nights in the wilds, there were times when she considered letting go. If it weren't for truth, a chance encounter in the wilds, she she would not have heard his stories of the Northmen. And she would not have this chance to find Dillian's soul.
I'm coming. I still hear you.
Voilà. Petite sauvegarde auto. Alors on est parti. Donc on a toutes les stèles, on n'a pas besoin de revenir. Parfait.
When she was younger, she would lay in the grass and stare at the clouds. And there she saw them. Elusive. Shifting faces. After a while, she could see the faces everywhere. In the trees, the mountains, caves. I wonder, can you see the faces too? They're there.
Ça va monter, ça va monter. Mais voilà, déjà il y a les. Déjà tu montes bien.
Senua, you have the sight. Just like I do. Once you can see into the underworld.
N'empêche le 3-6 aujourd'hui et 3-4 hier, bien. Hein.
See you. Don't be afraid when they speak to you. I will always be here to guide you.
Did you see her? That was her mother, Galina. She was a priestess, a healer. She taught Senua to see the weave that binds the world together.
Ah oui, oui, non mais tu fais bien, tu fais bien.
And it was beautiful. It was a time before the darkness. But when it did come, it first came for her mother. Senua still sees her face from time to time, hidden in the world. Like she's still watching over her. She misses her so much.
À tout à l'heure, Nostine, bonne app.
With the mark of Valravan and the mark of Surt, you may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
Why is she waiting? Open the gate. Open the gate. No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate. Don't. She's done it.
Voilà, tranquille.
It's so dark. It's dark. The dark. Only the dead may cross. Only the dead may cross. Only the dead may cross.
Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
Not you.
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Damien!
In this waking nightmare, where all dreams come true,
Cette voix.
you searched for control, a way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears, to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came, through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt by your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home.
Voilà. C'est beau.
No!
They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart.
Mon Dieu, cette voix, ces phrases.
The darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. Led it to him. An endless suffering, worse than death. And you wanted to surrender, abandon and to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
Voilà. Et on en est là, les amis. Et je vais m'arrêter ici. Je reprendrai du coup à 20h pour la suite de cette aventure. Un petit peu malaisante quand même. Oppressante. Mais quand même très très bien écrit. Et c'est super joli. Enfin, comme d'hab, c'est hyper quali comme ça. Comme d'habitude aussi, n'hésitez pas donc à me lâcher un petit follow sur Twitch si vous voulez la suite de mes streams. Un petit follow sur Twitter aussi. Si vous voulez avoir des petites infos de quand je lance le stream, avoir des petits teases où j'essaie de vous faire découvrir les jeux que je vais faire, n'hésitez pas non plus à aller me voir sur YouTube, Vidus VOD, où vous retrouverez les rediffusions des jeux que je fais. Et évidemment, n'hésitez pas à rejoindre le Discord. Tous les liens sont dans la bio ou dans la description de la vidéo YouTube. N'hésitez pas à rejoindre le Discord. On est 4 petits streamers qui avons un Discord. En fait, c'est ma modératrice Nostine qui l'a fait pour qu'on puisse avoir une communauté parce qu'on fait tous des jeux différents, mais on joue quand même assez souvent ensemble. Donc n'hésitez pas aussi à aller les voir. Moi pour cette fois-là, je vous fais des bisous et puis je vous dis à la prochaine. Allez, ciao.